How you doing? LLEWYN Davis.
Oh, hello. I've heard your music. I've heard many nice things about you from Jim and Jean and from others.
You have not heard one nice thing about me from Jean.
Oh, it's fairly well, my darling, true. I'm leaving in the first hour of the morning.
We recorded this all live. Oscar Isaac learned, a whole repertoire of songs, probably 10 songs. He learned to play them, to fingerpick them, and to sing them live in a completely credible way. As we spent about 6 months before filming working on it, and he was able to actually become the thing. He started going out and performing as LLEWYN Davis, and getting over with audiences and learning how to own that singer-songwriter thing, and he became that. I worked with the Coens ahead of time as they were writing the script and afterward. And yes, all the songs were in the script. The words became part of the dialogue. The words of the song became part of the dialogue of the movie in a way. You see, they've got a deep knowledge. They've got a deep knowledge of music, American music, traditional American music, and they have incredible taste. They both have really impeccable taste. I love their films. I saw Blood Simple, which was a Texas film, and I'm from Texas, and it was so close to home that I took notice of these filmmakers. I thought these are the most interesting filmmakers I've seen in forever, maybe. And then Raising Arizona came out, and all of their films are very heavily referenced. Everything has a precedent somewhere. We were shooting it live, and because of the type of music it was. Ordinarily on a film, everything's done to a click track, a tempo map, so that you can cut between takes, so you can use this visual and this music or whatever you need to give you freedom. But the Coens decided to just go completely gonzo, and we were just going to film live. And that meant either Oscar got one great take, all-time masterful take live, or he was going to have to play every take at exactly the same tempo. We wrote with the one tune, Please Mr. Kennedy, we wrote for that moment. There wasn't a song that adequately encapsulated that moment, so we wrote it. But the other songs were songs that we loved and found and just did new versions of. We didn't really imitate anyone's version of the songs. We created our own original versions of old songs, as people have always done. I mean, that's what all music is, really, at the end of the day. Somebody's doing a new version of something somebody's already done before, and probably better. Bob Dylan is definitely the smartest person in music. He's the smartest person I know. I can say he gave us some of his material, So yes, we did work with him. Producing a record is like directing a film. It's like producing a film. And it's like composing music too, because you're composing in tone. You have someone who has a song, and he has a tone of voice, and the instrument has a tone, or maybe he doesn't have an instrument, so then you have to find the instrument with the right tone for his voice to make the song say the thing that he's trying to make it say, so he can communicate most clearly. So everything else grows out of that. You choose each instrument, each player, each tone, each phrase to help him tell his story.
I'm interested in gigging here.
Okay, let's hear something.
You don't want to hear the record?
Why should I? You're here. Play me something. Play me something from inside LLEWYN Davis.
Okay.
Yeah, and probably even more in the tradition of Broadway or theater, because so often in the movies the guy's just lip syncing. It's very, very seldom that you actually see somebody really performing music in a film. You know, you can see it in a documentary. But to actually make that thing, like this film starts with a 3-minute performance, solo performance. Have you ever seen that before? I've never seen that before. I've just spent a year doing it in my wife's television show in the United States. And I scored Walk the Line. I've scored a few films, and I'm really beginning to enjoy scoring. I'm learning it. I scored the first Hunger Games movie with Danny Elfman and James Newton Howard. We all worked on that in different areas, different parts of it together. And I have to say I learned more from Danny Elfman during the 3 or 4 months we worked together about how to, I mean, he was so incredibly generous as to just teach me how to score a movie. And it's something I'd never known, because it's easy. Anybody can take a scene and put a piece of music under it, and if you try enough pieces of music, one will connect somehow with the image. So you can do that. You can do, well, this piece of music here, and this piece of music here, and this piece of music here. But to do a score is a score goes from start to finish, and then it has other arcs within it, but they all have to add up to a score in the end, and that's what Danny taught me.